Hey guys, today I'll be explaining how to correctly play the first 10 minutes in jungle so you too can play like a top deity jungler. For this guide, I'll be showcasing a match I played in a pro lobby versus a top 3 North American jungler and highlighting key aspects of jungling as well as mistakes I made in the match. To start off the video, I'm doing Scorpion start because it is the only jungle start to be doing right now. Starting at speed buff or doing any variation of it is currently bad because of recent patches. It will mess up your mid laner and you will get less golden XP to start off the game. I do make a mistake here, and that is going for this Harvey camp. Because after clearing all these camps, you'll notice that these guys made it to the wave first at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Why is that such a big deal? Because whoever gets to wave first will clear it faster and get lane pressure. By using this pressure, these guys can now choose to go to either the oracles or the mid buff. Since I clear those back harpies, we are late and are forced to go to the oracles. Now this is where this match does get a bit weird. This Raw steps up alone, and I know that he's alone because the Poseidon went to the mid buff. I played to poke him out, but somehow the ward that we placed didn't show the Poseidon was coming, so he gets a flank on my Janus. Since we're Thor and Janus, we are weaker than a Ra and Poseidon at level 3, unless we can chain our combos on the same person together. They maximized their early lane pressure and almost got both neutral camps, but thankfully my Kabrakan makes a rotation and bails us out, which gives me first blood. After this, we go back to clear up this Oracle, and then I start backing at 2.5 minutes. This is a very critical part for early game jungle because you want to be as strong as possible to play for the fire giant rocks that spawn at 3 minutes. Before they spawn, you want to get wave pressure in either mid lane or solo lane so you can have an easier time to secure them. As you can see, the Poseidon is already here, but we don't fight each other because we both know our limits. I look to get wave pressure in solo and then call my Agni to come over to rocks, but he doesn't come over here. Instead, he goes to gank the Guan. My mid laner made the mistake of not resetting to be strong for these fire rocks, so he has no mana and backs to base. And we lose these rocks because my Agni doesn't come over. Instead, I look to re-gank the Guan and I get a second kill because of my Agni ganking him. This next part is very important and it is what all pro and high rank junglers do, and that is being on your camps on time. Doing Scorpion start, you should farm your red buff after the fire rocks and repeat the same route that you did from the very start of the game. The sooner you put your camps on a timer, the more golden XP you'll get in a match. If you are on your camps on time and the other jungler isn't, you'll get more farm and be stronger than them because you are putting your camps on a timer. After the red buff, you want to clear these back harpies and then reset to base so you can get to your speed buff. While I'm here, I will tell you what I personally do when it comes to taking or giving the red buff to my mid laner. I will only give the red buff under 2 conditions. 1, if my mid laner is very good at the game, or 2, if they are a character like Vulcan that can get huge value from it. Vulcan turrets proc red buff damage, so you should give Vulcans the red buff. I was going to back to base here, but this Ra decides to try and fight me down here when he is alone. I look to ult him, then I read his movement, then we collapse on him and kill him for free. Because of that fight, my farming route got messed up a little bit. Instead of backing to base here and going to my speed buff, I look to secure this mid buff instead when it spawns because we have the pressure for it. This is another very important thing to know about jungling, and that is prioritizing neutral camps. Your own camps are practically guaranteed since it is very hard to just walk into the enemy jungle and just invade the camps. Minion waves are also basically guaranteed for your laners. Neutral farm, however, is not guaranteed to be yours. Imagine a game where there's maybe 1 or 2 kills in 15 minutes and everybody is farming their own stuff. Whichever team can secure the most neutral farm will have the lead over the other team. This happens all the time in pro matches. Now back to the video. After clearing my speed, I don't run to oracles because the enemy team has the pressure for them. Instead, I just farm my own camps and play for the next respawn of fire rocks because it is neutral farm and I want to get it. I could have just cleared these rocks, but I look to gank because I see the Guan Yu is low and he has no beads. After ganking the Guan, we clear these rocks together. My mid and support killed the Ra and I just recently killed the Guan Yu. We got pressure in both lanes. Looking at the map and the information that we just got, what is the best play to make right now? If you guessed invade the red buff, congratulations. If you don't know why this is the best play to make, then I'll explain very quickly. Both Poseidon and I did the exact same jungle start, and both of us are doing our camps on time. By looking at my red buff spawn timer, I know his red buff is also spawning. That is why I used the pressure that we got in both lanes by sending out my flare for vision. We see the Poseidon is already there so he could clear the red buff, so we just 3-man gank him and take the red buff. By constantly looking at my map, I broke all of that information down very quickly and just checkmated one of the best junglers playing Smite 2. After that, I start going down to my own red buff, but my Kabrakan gets caught out. Here, I made the mistake of running back when I'm already weak so I could try and save him. Sometimes your teammates will get caught out of position and die, so try not to get baited into helping them out and risk dying yourself. Just leave them to the wolves. After clearing my red, I reset so I can play for the mid beacon. They almost get it, but my Janus was fighting the Raw for the mid buff, so I capitalized on the Raw stepping up and just kill him through the wall. Now we are 3 versus 2, and here is where knowing matchups will take you to the next level. I briefly talked about it earlier with the 2v2 between us and the Raw/Poseidon, but knowing the 3v3 matchup between the jungler, mid, and support is just as important. If you look at my team, we got Thor, Kabrakan, and a Janus. We have amazing crowd control and lockdown so we can combo our abilities together, whereas their team doesn't. I look to stun the Poseidon and we almost one-shot him. My Janus gets soloed by the Yamocha and I miss my ultimate, but I'm Thor and my abilities are coming up. This Yamocha is still trying to contest the beacon, so we lock her down and kill her. Then, the Poseidon gets greedy and steps up to use his ability to clear the wave. I start running straight at him because my abilities are coming up again. We both know that if I hit my stuff here, then he will die, and I do end up killing him. This is also why I love to go Jotun's first item in many of my jungle builds, because right here, if I didn't have the cooldown from this item, I never get the opportunity to kill the Poseidon. Cooldown is so valuable for characters like Thor. I do mistime my Aegis on the tower shot and die, which gives the Poseidon a huge shutdown bonus on me, which feels bad. The huge lead I built up over him is almost completely gone because of one small mistake. But despite that, I still completely dominated the early game by playing for neutral farm, knowing matchups, and realizing my kill potential and taking the opportunities. After respawning, I go back to farming and I can't go on the oracles because they just cleared it. Nothing else happens here, so that summarizes the video. I hope you learned something new, and if you did, be sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitch. I make play-by-play videos in jungle every day, and I'm also making predecessor content over on my other channel. So if you're interested, do subscribe to me there. Thanks so much for watching.